deeds shall be known, even when our bones are dust scattered on the wind.
This is Total Warhead, and welcome to another early game guide, and I'll make it a let's play too for Hector of Troy here in A Total War Saga Troy. Oh my god, so much Troy, so little time. So this is on legendary campaign difficulty, and that's of course tied to veteran battle difficulty, meaning the AI will have 15 to 20% bonuses across many of their statistics hidden, and then in combat they'll have +6 to morale, and I'll have -4 to my own morale. There's important things for you to note when you're playing on this difficulty. Now, starting off here, how does Hector play? Think of it like the dwarves in Warhammer 2. Really strong melee defense units to hold a line, and archers to just destroy the enemy. You could say high elves, but they don't, you know, there's no magic here, sort of. So, you know, I kind of would call it like the dwarves. Now, continuing here, let's get into the nitty-gritty. So, there's two faction mechanics here that I want to focus on. They are the Assuwan League. Easiest way to describe it is, you get a ton of allies in this game, defensive allies, not military allies. Military allies pull you into a lot more shit that you need to get pulled into. Defensive allies are good enough to help you in case you get into trouble with another faction, or they get into trouble with another faction and pull you into shit you don't want to be in. But what happens here is that the more regions your allies have, the higher this bar gets filled up, and once you get to a total of 60 allied regions or more, you get all of these insane buffs that we see here. 15% to recruitment cost of sword units faction-wide, 20% to campaign movement range for all armies, plus 30 to morale when defending, minus 20% to upkeep cost for all units faction-wide. Really great numbers. Right now we have a military alliance, I believe, no, a defensive alliance with Troy, which is really good. The bad thing about it is that it could potentially pull you into war with Achilles early on, just like Paris can. Now, I want to focus on what to do next in the campaign in terms of next settlements to grab and alliances, when to get them. Initially in the early game, I like to focus on happiness and growth to build up this commandery, at least Zelaya and Gargara as much as I can. And Tandros, we're only going to build the grain carts and not level it up any further than that. Because what happens is that this faction here that we see,
if nothing else,
they actually have a very important settlement that kind of interferes with our acquisition of this commandery up to the northeast. If you look at this commandery at Astrea, there's one settlement held by this faction, Terrea. So we're like, okay, you know what? What's so important about this? On the second epic mission that you have to do as Hector, you have to grab the entirety of this commandery. Either you have it, or military allies have it, or a vassal of yours has it. So you're like, okay, so I can do this. No, easy peasy. Well, in the early game, sometimes Ilion Hertasidai grabs one of these two settlements early on, and that kind of hurts you because it's kind of hard to get an alliance with this faction. So you will probably have to go to war against them. But additionally, you want to grab this settlement all the way in the southeast here, and this faction right now is not a ally of any faction, but on turn 2 they become an ally of Aegon Pelasgians. So what's so bad about that? It's like, oh, I can go to war against both of them, and that's easy peasy. Well, you start with a non-aggression pact with them, and you gotta wait 10 turns to break this non-aggression pact. But there is a way for you to actually cause these factions, specifically talking about Terrea, to break the alliance with the birdie people over here. I'll just call them the birdie people. And the easiest way to cause the axe people to break their alliance with the birdie people is to get really good bonus from prayer to Zeus, plus 10 to influence that, get really strong militarily and through defensive alliances, which we will do with Sarpedon, with Dardania, with Troy, and with Paris. Those four are really going to influence us in our diplomatic bonuses. And then once we do this, we will cause this faction to break the alliance with Aegon Pelasgian, so we can declare war against them, and we will trade Antandros to them, because that'll be the final bullet that will actually make this deal happen. And then that same turn, we'll declare war against the Axe people and grab back Antandros. Now, some things to note. You can't declare war on this faction until turn 9. So on turn 9 is when we actually want to do this. So what I've done here is, in the early game, first off, I'm gonna be doing, I did a hecatomb and a prayer to Aphrodite to help stabilize this region as soon as I can right now and get more diplomatic relations with all factions. Now, after 5 turns, I'm gonna do a hecatomb and a prayer to Zeus to get the respected effect, so I can get +10 to deal evaluations for all diplomatic agreements except barters. So by turn 9, I will have all those bonuses, and by then, I'll start getting a lot of defensive alliances with all of these people, so then I can do this deal in a really good diplomatic standing. Now, by then, by turn 9, I hope to have finished off this initial enemy that I'm at war with. And this now brings me to the Priam's air mechanic. So, Paris and me both share this common enemy here, the bull people, or the, what the hell, the ram people, the Makaria. So what happens is, there's a faction mechanic called Priam's Air. So Priam's Air is based on a faction resource called Benevolence. Benevolence is gained by finishing these objective sets that are on the left, or acquiring benevolence through these objective sets. Once you get to 100, 200, 300, and 400 benevolence, either you or Paris, both of you are going through this mechanic together, you're gonna get a trait for whoever completes it first, giving you diplomatic relation bonuses with Trojan-based cultures, and giving you more influence, and I think happiness and growth in own province. I can't remember the specifics, but you also get a high level general, like level 8 or level 9, and at your own capital. And it's a pretty good general to get, and they have a trait that helps increase their motivation when going to war against Achaeans, but decreases their motivation when, I think, going to war against Trojans. Now, there's a couple of important things to note here. You can declare war against Paris in the early game in case you want to steal Helen from him. Now, if you do so, getting Helen is great because you're going to get +4 happiness and +45 growth faction-wide, which is a phenomenal bonus to get. But when you declare war on Paris, it requires a lot of, you know, strategic planning and diplomacy, so you don't get any reliability hit when declaring war against them. And the game actually accounts when the two brothers are at war, because the first 2 turns that you both are at war, Priam actually offers peace between both brothers. Something very important for you to note. Now, once you get peace between you and Paris, then, you know, you could potentially have Helen and get those bonuses faction-wide, which are phenomenal. Now, how these bonuses work is whenever you reach one of these tiers in Benevolence, the 2 objective sets that have the most points turn green. They have like a green indicator here. Once a tier is reached, those ones that are green are locked, and then new objective sets appear. For example, getting a bunch of heroes past, I think, rank 5 maybe, getting a bunch of agents past rank 8, how many factions you have with +100 diplomatic relations. So a bunch of little things to help you with your initial benevolence. Now, the ones we want to focus on in the early game are gain Apollo's favor. That's an easy one to get a lot of points in. You can also do support your brother with this common enemy that we have, and we want to destroy this common enemy that we both share, because it's going to give us +10 to benevolence if I destroy this common enemy, and if I keep beating them up, +2 in benevolence. There are ways to reduce the benevolence of each other, and the AI can use this, and you can. If you have 300 less gold than Paris, you can lower his benevolence by 10. If one of the brothers is wounded, like Paris is wounded and I'm not, I can lower his benevolence by 10. And if we're both in the same region and I am of higher rank than him, I can lower his benevolence by 10. Note that Paris can use these against me. Each of these has a 10-turn cooldown when you use it. Note that benevolence can also go negative, so it's the bottom value is not 0. It can actually drop below that. Additionally, whenever one of these are used, especially when you use it against Paris, it lowers your diplomatic relations by, I think, 30 for 6 turns. Very important for you to note that. So in essence here, pick whichever objective sets you want to focus on to gain benevolence, gain it as fast as possible, and once you get to 400 benevolence, you will confederate both Priam, aka Troy, and Paris, which is a great thing to do. Now, a couple of things here. You saw here that it says Priam's whims. Every so often, you're going to get these objectives from Priam to gain +10 benevolence if you complete them. For example, build a winemaker, a Megarian, build a specific altar of a specific god, or occupy any settlement, or occupy a specific settlement. Sometimes they're counterproductive. They kind of will put you in a bad hole when you try to complete these objectives that are given to you. and it's just for you to go through them. When you complete a lot of them, he actually gifts you with agents like a spy. It's kind of important to keep track of that. Now, in terms of the Assuwan League, if you defeated a common enemy of allies that are here, for example, if I go into a military alliance with Paris and I destroy this faction, you actually are gifted a hero in your recruitment pool. That's neat, but whenever that happens, I don't know which hero is that you acquire. So that's something else that you can actually gain. Now, when you do the epic missions for Hector, there are some in the later part that can actually gain you benevolence, like plus 50 benevolence, I think. For example, I think the 4th epic mission you have to do is to be in a defensive or military alliance with Paris. And when you get it, you will gain plus 50 benevolence. Now, the first epic mission that you have to do is to reach Friends of Pylaeos in the Assuwan League, and we will definitely do that. Additionally, the second epic mission is acquiring the entirety of Commandery up here, which we'll try to do as much as we can. And then after that, I can't remember the rest, but I think the 4th one is the one where you have to be in alliance with Paris. So I think that's all the details I want to focus on in terms of the faction mechanics up here. In terms of character details, we start with Steadfast, which gives us plus 3% to melee defense of all units, and it increases when you win a lot of defensive battles. Additionally, as Hector, we get plus 10% to morale of all units in old territory and plus 5 to gold income per turn, which are phenomenal things to get. Now, in terms of Hector, what he's good at, he's a good aggro general that you can send into a bunch of units while your archers just melt them. That's basically the gist of it. He improves a lot the statistics of missile units of his, and he has a lot of healing abilities that he can actually keep and utilize when he gets on a chariot. So it's important for you to take note of that. He does have plus 70% to melee damage of hero against sword units, telling you that yes, he is good when getting into a blob of sword units, for example. Now, in terms of everything else here, that's everything I want to focus on for now. The equipment just boosts its own stats and that bonus against sword units. Nothing else here that I want to focus on for now. Now, we're going to do a couple of neat tricks here. So, in this first turn, I'm going to destroy the Trojan Tower because I want to build a temple or actually a building to recruit archers in the early game as I recruit swordsmen first. I also want to maximize growth as much as possible, and I want to build grain carts to get as much growth in this region on this, through this settlement that I'm gonna gift to this faction and then acquire it back the same turn that I gifted. So we're gonna go with Hector now, and we're gonna do some neat trickery here to actually gain a trait that boosts the melee damage and charge bonus of this army by getting a Cadmean victory with high casualties. So watch this. We're just gonna win this battle. Easy peasy. Okay. And then, actually, you saw how fast that happened. A trick for you to escape that animation or make it occur faster is to press the escape button. Now, here, we're not going to replenish our units. We're actually just going to do treasury to get more food. So we're going to do that. And then here, we completed the first objective that we got, which is to defeat an army of Makaria. Easy peasy. Get 12 units. We'll do that later. Now, watch this. I'm going to disband these 2 units that are here. And now when I engage here, it's a Cadmean victory and it is predicted to have high casualties. So I'm gonna lose the swordsmen and I think the militia warband units. Yep, exactly. I think that's a militia or Trojan warriors, my bad. I still kept the guards of Troy and the archers, which was essential. But now I gain that trait. Watch. Make it ours. Boom. Plus 3% to melee damage of all units and plus 7% to charge of all units. Phenomenal. So we did good. I'm not gonna use any point on these initial skills here that boost the stats of ally or units around Hector or his own statistics. I want to go for either Formation Specialist or Ambassador of Hermes because they're phenomenal skills to get. So now at this location, we're gonna gain as many swordsmen as we can and just get them ASAP. Additionally, we're gonna get organized games because it's getting buffed by Aphrodite at this time being at tier 1. We're in a very good situation here. Nothing else we're gonna do except remove the swordsman building from this minor settlement so I can build another grain cart and maximize my growth even further. This army is potentially gonna push towards us, but I don't worry too much. And then I'm gonna move Hector to the same region that Paris is in to increase or decrease his benevolence by -10 in the next turn. Alright, for this turn too, I'm gonna start building the practice range to acquire some archers. And then in the next turn, I will have enough wood to get the grain carts, so that's going to give me additional food and growth that I need. Right now my happiness is only decreasing by -2, which is excellent. I have over 60% Pelasgian influence, phenomenal for me, and I got organized games with a good bonus on it thanks to Aphrodite having the Hecatomb initialized. So, okay, so here I'm building up Farming Town to the next level because I got a mission to upgrade the main building of any settlement. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna be doing with the Farming Town. Additionally, there's a couple of things that I want to do here. So I want to grab Hector's army, step into this region, and then lower the benevolence of Paris by 10. So that helps me out a little bit. So now it's down to just 1. And then it's gonna lower my diplomatic relations with him by 20 for 6 turns. That is fine. Let's go back this way and get a little bit more of these swordsmen, and then the last 8 units that I'm gonna recruit are gonna be the archers. And here we're in a very good situation, and we're still getting organized games buff for the next, I think maybe 1 turn, because then it's gonna drop, I believe. But right now we're gonna get the archers, and then I can deconstruct the swordsman building the next turn. And as I mentioned, the axe people are in military alliance with the birdie people. So yeah, it happened. Alright, for this turn 4, I am now building the grain carts, I am deconstructing the muster field, I don't need no more swordsmen, and I'm getting a bunch of archers here. I need to recruit for 3 more turns, and I should have a pretty good army full of swordsmen and archers to destroy this faction down here. Alright, so I am building Grain Pit now to level 2 to get more food and growth in this region. I'm also building an Altar of Zeus for 2 reasons. One is that I got Altar of Zeus as my first preempts win, that's gonna net me +10 benevolence. But additionally, I will then use it to get Zeus to Might of the Thunderbolt, so I can get Respected effect on a prayer to Zeus. And then I can use a Hecatomb on lovable people to help me maximize organized games by 200%, further solidifying the situation that I'm in. Alright, so on this turn 6, I'm now building the stone houses to get +20 more growth in this province. I'm finishing up this main army. And I recruited a Defender Veteran for 2 reasons. One is that, or 3 reasons, the Defender Veteran has a really good skill here that lowers the morale and missile resistance for enemies around him. You can also get Drill Expert to give +2 recruit rank for shielded infantry units like the Guards of Troy or Hector's Chosen that we will recruit later in the game. And then additionally, the really most important one is once we get him to rank 5, especially in a Temple of Athena location, we already get that. If you get 5 of these generals in one region, you can recruit agents at rank 26 already. You can do this in the early game. This is absolutely phenomenal. A phenomenal way to get high rank agents in your game. Alright, so here I am going to deconstruct the Altar of Zeus and the practice range because I already recruited a maxed out army. I am very low on food, so I must be very careful here. And at this location now, I actually stopped building the stone houses and switched up to the farming city because getting a major settlement to max rank is gonna give me an elite unit to recruit, and that's actually a Guard of Troy unit, which is a phenomenal unit to have. And then here we're just gonna take Hector's army, which is pretty strong as it is, even on forced march. The situation might sound crazy to you, and then we're just gonna do this crazy idea. Boom. And then here we're gonna grab this guy and move him this way so I can actually grab or siege this settlement before Paris does, so I can destroy this faction myself. Now the next mission that I got for the preempts whim is to grab this settlement up here. There's a chance that I will be able to get it, but the garrison is weak, so there's a chance that this faction has already attacked this settlement. So it looks like I'm not going to be able to acquire this. But anyways, I think we're in a very good situation here. And I also did a prayer to Zeus to get the respected effect level. So the next turn, I'm going to actually do all of my alliances as fast as I can. So that is it here. Let's see what happens in this end turn. So because of how strong my initial army is, I'm able to just auto-resolve this without taking that many casualties. And because I was at the very edge of where I could actually fall on this island, it was actually far enough that this army is not getting the settlement reinforcements to attack. I'm gonna have very low casualties and be in a very good situation. Also, because I've won multiple battles without reinforcements, I should be able to get the no reinforcement trait that boosts my campaign movement range by 5%. And then here, we want to replenish our units because we really don't want to be losing that many units in the early game. And I already got a lot of food from this, so I shouldn't go negative on food right now. Alright, now on this turn, I am building up these 2 buildings here and the farming city as before. I'm taking this army towards this location. I want to make sure that I actually get to a point where I actually fall in and I'm sieging it. Very good. Because I don't want Paris to actually siege this settlement. Now, this army is really far away, so they shouldn't actually be able to touch me during the reinforcement. And now I'm gonna take Hector's army and just grab this settlement. I'm not gonna lose that many units. I immersed all my weak units because there's actually harpy buildings at these locations, so I should be able to recruit these units over the next 2 turns and get a fully maxed out army with 4 harpy units. So here, very good. And then just occupy. Very good. And multiple offensive battles, so I got this, which is really good for him. And then I can recruit the 2 harpies here. And then I'm gonna put this army on force march to then come over here to take this settlement and destroy this common enemy that both me and Paris share together. I am building the Altar of Hephaestus for 2 reasons. I want to get the bonus armor and melee attack to units that as I pass my army through this location, and also I want to lower the building cost of resource buildings by 50% from both the altar being at this location and from being a tier 1 of Hephaestus, so I can get a small Apoica at that region. Additionally, I want to go back here and get a prayer to Aphrodite, but I'm gonna do a hecatomb, and I'm out of food actually, so I can't do the prayer. That's gonna have to wait a turn. Whoopsie me. And from here on out, once I get this army filled up, I should be in a really good situation here to actually do all my diplomatic deals that I want to do. And I want to wait one more turn so I don't have the -22 diplomatic relations with Paris of Troy. Alright, so here now, I still don't have a lot of food, so I'm gonna take Hector to engage these 2 armies and eliminate them, and then take him up to this settlement to finish off the last settlement or the last building that this faction has right now. But right now, beating up all these small armies is really helping me to gain +2 to benevolence due to supporting my brother against a common enemy. And then here, we should be able to just potentially gonna disband that unit, but for now I want to actually let's actually get the treasury, the barter, to help me out with food and getting a bit more bronze. And then here I don't think I can reach that settlement just yet. It's gonna take 2 turns, so let's go this way and then make sure you're sieging it. There's a chance that Paris will actually reinforce against this settlement, so I potentially don't have to take my general over here. But right now, I'm in a very good situation to start doing all of my diplomatic deals. Now, where am I getting at? What the hell happened to Dardania? Damn, they're weak. Holy crap. So, if you do Prayer to Zeus on turn 2 and actually try to do all these diplomatic deals, these values are actually much lower than they are right now. Like, Lycia is at 3, Dardania's like at +20, stuff like that. And Paris, even though he was at -20 with me, you know, diplomatically, that penalty is removed. So now we're at +146, which is crazy. But we're also going to do a lot of deals here. But what I really want to focus on acquiring is not necessarily food, because my main settlement that I start with is a food production location that I will maximize its food production in due time. What I want to get a lot of is wood and stone to continue building up my commanderies as fast as possible. So that's basically what I'm gonna do here. And basically I'm gonna do stuff like this. I'm gonna go to Lycia and I'm gonna go, hey man, you got a lot of stuff here. Make sure, you know, always trade for stuff that isn't green. When it's green, they're kind of hasty or like reluctant to trade it away because it's slow. If it's red, it's easier to acquire that resource. But right now, we're just gonna acquire what we need, not necessarily what's the best thing they can trade us. We're just gonna go all the way up here. Like 30 maybe. Boom, look at that. 1,130 wood just from this deal alone. And then I'm not gonna do military alliances at all. We're gonna prevent that as much as possible. And then we're gonna go to Dardania. And man, they're struggling for some reason. Let me see, Confederation. Yeah, they're not close to Confederation though, but they are pretty weak. Like if we do this, let's see. Baseline evaluation. Damn, it's actually pretty low. But anyways, we're gonna do a defensive alliance here. And they have a good amount of wood, so we're just gonna go bam. And then they have a lot of food, but I'm gonna go for stone as much as possible. They can actually give me a lot of gold as well, but most factions are stingy with gold, so I don't think that's actually a very good idea to do. Now we're gonna go here and then ask for the rest of his food that he has here. 5-0. Boom. Very good. And then from there, no, it sounds enticing. You're like, yeah, military alliance, holy crap. Nope, 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 nope. Don't do that. I'm gonna pull you into stuff you don't want to be in. For Paris, I'm potentially gonna wait because actually no, I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna do it because what happens is that Achilles declares war on him, so it's something that you gotta then handle, and it's not that easy to manage. But we can actually manage against Achilles if he sends an army or two towards me, because I should be able to build my minor settlements here in this location to become a very defensive locations. So here, let's just grab more food and more wood, and bam. And then any more defensive allies? Doesn't look like it. We can move Troy to become a military ally, but what happens is that, you know, if they declare war on somebody, that's gonna potentially cause us to have a reliability hit. I don't like to do any military alliances with anybody at all. So now let's go to potentially all other deals that I can take out of any other factions. For example, there's this one up here. I'm not gonna do anything against them. So let's just go boom, give me some of that wood, man. And then bam, look at that. 0. Okay, 4-4. 4-8. Okay, very good. And then Pylaeos and Brazos. Same thing. I'm not gonna do war against them anytime soon. Let's just go up. Okay. These are all, everybody over here is potential people that I can go to war against. So I don't necessarily want to go to war against them.
Perhaps it is time,
but these guys, dude,
and
all these what do you call it? Trojan factions or Achaean factions, dude. Give me all of your resources, man. And since I'm a defensive alliance, even if they go to war against my Trojan allies, I'm not gonna get reliability hits. So it's good for me to actually be doing this. This faction here, we're going to ask for resources. Let's see. 6, 0. Okay, very good. All right. Confederation, not gonna happen anytime soon. Ithaca, same thing.
Forget the past.
They have a ton of wood, so we should be able to get a good amount from them. Okay, maybe that's... I'm getting too hasty here. I do want to get more stone, though. Actually, I think I should be okay without stone. Let me see if I do this. And just a little bit. Okay, too much. 3-3. 3-0. 2-8. Okay. Man, I shouldn't have asked for that. Stone, it's fine. This one down here, they're a Achaean influence. This is actually a common enemy between me and Asia, so I gotta take care of that, or a common enemy between me and Paris. So yeah, that's another person that I should think about. These ones up here, I don't want to do any deals with them. Neither these ones over here. These ones though, okay, this is actually the trick. This faction, I'm not gonna do any alliances with them, because if they take this settlement, they usually go to war against Pylaeos and Brazos. If they take this settlement from Pylaeos and Brazos, this commandery is absolutely phenomenal to acquire, so I'm gonna grab that if I can. Abantes, potentially good places, good items to grab from them. And then here, let's go to Achilles. Good settlements to get from Abantes. What am I saying, man? There, let's get that with them. And then who else is there that we want to get any deals with? Oh, Hippolyta, of course.
I am happy to listen to you.
And then let's do... Oh, shit. 5-5-5. 2. Okay. And then last but not least, Mycenae.
So, you are Troy's finest then.
Yeah, dude. Shh. Okay. There we go. Then I have 10k in wood. This is excellent. And I got Friends of Pylaeos, which now completes my first epic mission, and I get a lot of resources from doing that. And I got Pact of Strength. These factions are freaking huge. So now I have plus 8% campaign movement range faction-wide. You can actually see the bonuses over here that you have at this time. So that's very good. Now these regions here, I'm gonna siege this one, and I think Paris will step here to help reinforce against this location and potentially get it. So that should be fine there. And then down here, okay, this is where it gets interesting. So I want to get this up to level 3. So we're going to max this one out. And then I'm going to build the small Apoica at this location. So that's going to make it into a very good location to produce a lot of food. Note though that this should be more defensive regions more than anything. So if I wanted to, I could just build the Trojan gates here to actually help me defend it a bit better. Actually, let me think. Is it worthwhile for me to actually do this? gonna hurt me in the long run with how much food I acquire. If I need to switch a smaller Poika, I'll switch it. I'm gonna build it at a 50% discount, so I don't think that's bad at all. I think we're very good here. And then I got that point. I'm not gonna spend any points here on increasing the stats of Hector. I'm gonna spend it on Prayer of Athena to boost up the melee defense of all my units at all times and in siege battles to help me in auto resolve against siege battles, which is when auto resolve is the least favorable to you in this game. Okay, so this faction wanted to join the war against the Makaria. That's fine. I'm sieging the settlement, so I don't really worry about them taking it. Okay, so continuing here, I'm building this Mola Poika, getting all that extra food. I have 5 more turns to get plus 20 gold faction wide. I have active the Prayer of Athena still, which is great. Prayer to Zeus if I need to do any more deals, which I will, because in 2 turns I do want to get this traded away to this faction so I can cause them to break their military alliance with the birdie people. And now over here, since Achilles is reinforcing, I'm just going to actually auto resolve and acquire the settlement. So he lost 1 unit. I can definitely sack it and acquire the location, but I still want the Harpy building to be here. So let's do this. Very good. The faction has been destroyed. And then since we defeated a common enemy of the Assuwan League, there should be another hero appearing in our recruitment pool. Now I want to find out which one it is, so I'm going to just hover over here and try to remember some of these names. Anteron, Polydaros, Polydamas, Delxian, Gregalius, Procustes, Bottom, Archelocos, and Menoetis. Okay, I'm pretty sure I massacred like 50 of those names. But now, Ultra-Hephaestus has gone up, so it's at 100. Aphrodite's up as well. We're in a very good situation here. And now I'm gonna grab this army. Let me see how I want to do this. It should be a... Yes, I can recruit a total of 4 Harpies. So, I definitely want to recruit the Harpies, but I still need to maintain a front line because, you know, it's just what it is. I need a front line of units. Now, I do want to move this army all the way back up here as soon as I can. So, I think what I'm gonna do here is... This guy, though, has leveled up. We'll keep him as he is. So over here, let me think what I want to do. Definitely want to go up to the north. So what I'm going to do is... yeah, take it step by step. So remove 2 of these archers. Recruit... Let me see how many archers I'm going to have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. I want to keep 8 and remove 1 of the swordsmen. And then recruit the last 2 Harpies that I can. And then here, we are actually going to disband... do we want to disband him? Let me see. He is causing a little bit of a hit to my supply lines. How much is it? Let me see. Down here. Additional upkeep. 371. 371. And then this guy's 300. That's 671 in food that I'm losing. And he could definitely reach over there in 3 turns. Which is less than how much it is to recruit a new general. I think I'll keep this guy as he is. I'll keep him around. And then I'm just going to move back up here. I think Paris is actually going to go down to go to war against this dude down there. I'm definitely beating him in Priam's Benevolence. But he's going to potentially catch up in a little bit. But right now, I'll get this army fully up and running. And then I'll go up north and then trade this settlement away. Which is what I want to do next. I could actually potentially reach it. Let me try something funny here. Let me do this. Let me come over here. And then recruit another defender veteran. Menoetis. Let's recruit him. Let's put him over here. And I think this army, in Force March, could potentially get to this settlement if I were to attack it the next turn. And I get it from this faction. And I still have Prayer to Zeus active the next turn. So we are good here. Nothing else I want to do. Alright, because I defeated an enemy of the League, Paris actually gave me, or said thank you very much. Actually, let me see where the hell it is. I'm actually massacring this. Where is it? Gratitude. Thanks to destroying Makaria, enemy of the Alliance, they have sent me a agent. So I got a free priestess, and I got her initial points to get me more gold when attacking enemy armies. So actually I'm going to steal more gold, which I will probably need early on. And then here on out, I'm going to get a Guard of Troy recruited in this army. But before doing so, I'm going to proceed here with the deal that I was talking about. So I'm going to cause this faction, or the Axe people, to break the deal with the Birdie people. And then trade region, I'm going to trade Anchandros. And bam, look at that. And from this, I'm going to be like, hey man, actually need some more resources to help build up my commanderies. So like, you know, give them to me. Thank you. Free? Okay, dude. There we go. So 501 wood, actually pretty good. And then from here, it's like, all right, sounds good. I'm gonna give this to you. Bam. And now he has an additional region, but that's okay. I don't know where his army is, but I'll use the priestess to find out. And the next turn, I'll grab this back from this faction. So we're in a very good situation here. And these settlements, there will be a rebellion here in due time. But actually, I'm going to disband the 2 harpy buildings to get these resources. And then from here on out, I'm going to trade these to this faction to get a defensive alliance with them. So I help boost up my Assuwan League to a higher level and potentially get to Growing League ASAP. And then from here, grab this the next turn to get organized games again. And because we have Hector here, it's helping me with the happiness with this entire army that's here to help stabilize the army with the military presence and from characters. So I'm going to have to defend them. And from there, I'm potentially going to have to get Skepsis, which was one of, or my next preemp's whim that I have to complete. Okay, very good. And then build up the shipping port there. And Aphrodite, no prayer needed. Now, I won't have the fastest finished construction just yet. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove one of the swordsmen and get the Guard of Troy unit.
Defender of Troy.
There we go. Now we got 2 Guards of Troy. Very good. And then here we will get Hephaestus leveled up. I'll hold off on that. I don't need to do the upgrades. So once Hephaestus is at level 3, I can get the extra bonus to +5 of armor and melee attack for all units, which is a phenomenal thing to have. And from here, I think we're in a very good situation. No other points that I want to utilize. Well, actually here, since I'm going to trade away these regions, it's worthwhile to maximize my bronze and stone, how much stone I'm acquiring from this region for the next couple of turns, at least while I have these regions for now. So then I started the Sanctuary of Hephaestus because I don't have enough stone to build it. I got a food warehouse at level 1 to maximize my food production at this location, and a vineyard to also help with happiness in the region. Additionally, the Apoica is going to finish getting built the next turn, which is really going to help me in this region to produce food. And then this army has really a full army at this location. So I'm going to actually use this priestess here. And it was a successful action, so that's going to net me +5, +10 in gold for the next turn. Because I did a successful action and I lowered the morale of this army. So there are a lot of units. There's 6 more units in this army than I have. But I should actually be able to manage against them. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put Hector over here to get encamp and maximize his own units, his own statistics of the units. And then here I have a really good auto resolve chance, and I want to keep Hector reinforcing as much as possible, because as Hector reinforces, I can get +10% campaign movement range with him after doing multiple reinforcement battles. Let's continue. There, so I lost 1 swordsman. That's fine. Definitely some losses there, but that's okay. And let's just occupy this. That's an entire army that I just took out, and I just got Priam's Benevolence completed for this region. Now here, this army is getting built up again. So what we're gonna do is, let's see what's here. Pretoria is pretty good, but I want to get some swordsmen again because these ones are really weak right now. Let's merge these ones, and then these 2 are potentially gonna be lost. Yeah, I'm down 3 units here. Merge this.
Righteous and true.
And then I do want them to replenish better. So yeah, just stay encamped. This guy is definitely weaker. Alright, very good situation. I have a lot of food now, again. And I'm getting a lot of stone and bronze from that region down there. So I'm going to maximize how much bronze I'm getting right now. And then here, this is a gold production location. So I definitely want to get that gold as soon as I can. Alright, so I have moved my priestess to do a ritual exaltation in my Hephaestus location to boost it up a bit more so I can recruit the mythical unit that I have to recruit for the next mission that I have in that aspect. And then here, we're going to go up north and then take this settlement from this faction. And actually, I got very lucky that Paris is also at war with this faction, because I can actually then continue increasing support your brother as I'm pushing to the north. Now, I did get a Priam's whim to recruit to build an altar of Apollo, but I also want to do that to help with my benevolence. I keep losing swordsmen and auto resolve, and actually, damn, I don't have any more melee units. Oh, that's not good. Definitely gotta recruit some melee units at least.
Nice.
Alright, very good. And then there's 3 units over there. What? Holy shit, dude. I'm not gonna keep that there. Pretty big loss. And yeah, I'm gonna have to recruit swordsmen again to bring them back up.
Prince Hector.
And then we need to grab this settlement next.
Ready and willing.
Need to replenish.
Duty first. Done.
Yeah, these units are potentially gonna get shafted in the auto-resolve.
Do it.
But here... So definitely I want to get Drills Expert maxed out. So when I start recruiting Guards of Troy over here, I get them at a higher rank. And just... I'm gonna keep recruiting really weaker units. And then here, let me think. What do I want to do? Yeah, let's just get the typical gold miners location there to get a bit more gold. And then I can potentially use on any army to acquire extra gold. I don't think I have... Let me see. Maintain control of 4 provinces. How the hell does it say current total 0? Is this shit bugged? Oh. Whoops. Right. Because, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna act like I didn't say that. Alright, whatever. And then here, very good. Paris can get to this settlement, so I should be able to finish off this faction in the next turn. How much movement do I have left? Oh, damn it. Okay, I can't put him in auto-resolve. Or in ambush stance, my bad. I'm very good here. Actually, stop that. Recruit them with this guy to get +2 recruit rank. Hell yeah, man. Psst, dude, of course, let's do it. I got a devastation from Zeus. So I just spent buku amounts of wood and stone to rebuild all of this. Freaking, I hate when this shit happens. But this also caused me to lose a lot of public order because of that. So Aphrodite, come to me. Help me. And then here, this army, I'm gonna have to utilize to, of course, push and finish off this faction before Dardania does. So come over here and attack. This is actually a Cadmean victory, but I don't want to take high casualties. I actually just want to do this battle manually. And then finish this faction off right now. Let's do it right now and completely destroy him. Alright, so beginning this battle, I have put a visible unit on the other end of the map. Of course, the traditional Troy visible unit trick to completely mess up the AI intelligence on the major settlement. And now this faction over here, I'm going to use them to just push this way. And then you over here. And of course, this is my main line. 4 units. Oh man, absolutely horrible, disgusting. Ooh, stop. Really? He put a lot of units over here? Shit. Damn it. Wait, is anybody visible? Okay. All 4 of you together. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna have to move y'all over to that end over here. Can I go through here? Yeah. Go this way. And is there enough space between these 2 towers? No, there's not. Okay. Okay. And y'all, over here. I need to move extremely carefully. Yeah, I want to be out of range of this tower. Come on, come on.
The foe has sighted your hidden units.
That's fine. Let's go.
Your ladders have a foothold on their walls.
And then over here, all of you. How far does this one reach? Okay. I should have enough range to attack from here. Oh, damn. This one actually... That's why I got shut up so much.
You have captured the enemy tower.
Ah, freaking crap. Get off of the tower. Come on, get off of the tower. Let's go. Shit. These ones have shields? No.
Battle sisters! Together, sisters! We fly! No quarter! Army! March on!
Come on, come on.
Suffer and die!
What the hell's going on? They're like rotating and moving and shit. Oh, come on, dude. Just half-assed.
Stop! No father! Stop! You were there!
Oh, melt them
Your
all.
warriors are losing heart.
It's fine.
Ready to defend. You bet. Consider it done. Good to go. Advance.
Stalk and strike!
Shit. All right, who are we gonna melt first?
No father!
There you go.
The foe has captured your tower.
What?
Hurrah, warriors! Stop now!
Withdraw!
We're leaving while we still can.
Okay, group one. Come on.
You are about to capture the gates.
Zeus, guide us!
There you go. Shoot at them. Shoot at them.
You have captured the gates.
Massacre them!
Okay, and these ones are gone. These ones. Okay, all three of you together. All four of you together. Climb up the damn tower.
Ares, your warriors are rallying.
There you go. Melt them, melt them, melt them, melt them.
The enemy is trying to capture the gates.
Oh, don't lose them, don't lose them. One. There you go. Melt these guys.
Hector!
Wait.
Troy forever! Hector! Yes, sir!
We fight! Slay them!
Where's the other? Oh my god, there's so many freaking units. Stop shooting, stop shooting. Okay.
Your hero is under attack.
Come on. There you go.
Your warriors have been routed.
Fine. Holy shit. Here you go. These guys. Oh my god, look at this damn range. Holy crap. Well, dude, they were freaking shooting over a freaking mountain, man. Holy shit. Shooting to the top of a mountain. What in the world? Holy crap, man. All right, so I didn't lose any of my units. Perfect. And I should be able to occupy. Nice, and I got reinforcement multiple times. Really good extra battle speed, campaign movement range. And this faction has been destroyed. And if I look over here, I'm at 78. Super high. And freaking Paris is struggling, man. He can't reach me, man. And then, of course, I do want to get full army at this location, because right now I don't have a full army. And then, nice. Oh, there was a Hephaestus building here? Oh. I don't need any more archers, so forget about that. I don't know. I don't need Hephaestus per se here. And I can steal some more gold from different armies. Shit. Whoops. Oh, no, that didn't work. And then here, I need to replenish ASAP. Let's just get a couple of these units. And I think if I disband this, I'll still get the armor. I mean, we'll see. I never actually found that out. And then here, yep, get all of this built. I can get guards of Troy.
Ready to defend.
He's at war with him. And then I got this guy leveled up, so I want to get more melee defense during siege battles and more melee defense in general for all my units. I have a fairly good amount of food right now, and I do want to go to war against this faction, so I have to move carefully here with my plans. So I'm gonna use this agent to get line of sight to see what's going on over here, and then I can grab the entirety of this commandery for myself, and I should be able to stabilize it then, because right now it's just struggling big time. And here as well, and Aphrodite, yep, got the respected effect. Very good. Imminent rebellion. Oh, okay, so it's time. Actually, not yet. I think I can hold off for a turn or two more before gifting off that location. So I think we're good over here. And it how's the Assuwan League? Nice, we're almost at Growing League. And I should be getting the epic mission very soon. It's gonna be for our Altar of Apollo, which we still gotta do. But here, everything else gotta be built up and stabilize the happiness, because right now it's just struggling big time with the happiness hit due to all these things being hurt. Okay, very good. Let's continue. Okay, so continuing here, I'm building an Altar of Apollo, and then here I'm building Sanctuary of Hephaestus. I don't know what the hell happened here, but Hephaestus dropped to 0, which actually is kind of crazy because I was rebuilding this after the Zeus's Wrath event. So I don't know why my favor of Hephaestus was just dropped to 0, unless I totally lost track of how much I had left, and that's how it got to 0. But right now I'm proceeding very well, and then I want to make sure that there's nothing else around here that I'm not seeing. So let's do this to get a bit more gold. Holy shit, I'm getting a lot of gold. More success to all agent actions, that's more valuable. All right, so on this turn 17, I'm moving Hector closer to my capital to get the Hephaestus armor across the entire army, and also recruit some guards of Troy here. And then on this region, I'm building it up and getting the Altar of Apollo as per the Priam's benevolence, because Paris is getting closer to me, so I need to max this out as much as I can. And then I should be able to declare war on this faction. And what I want to do is I want to siege one army with this general, and then utilize... Let me go this way to see if I see any other generals.
Keep together.
Yeah, there should be another army because this one's really small across any of these commanderies around here, but then I should be able to grab it and continue from here. Let's go. All right, since there's been a rebellion at this location, I think it is time to trade away these regions. Even though they are producing a fair amount of resources, I need to actually start to get rid of places where I cannot manage what I'm getting out of it. So here I am short on food because I recruited a giant bowman. Since I got 250 favor with Hephaestus, I got a mythical unit to recruit. So I got the a giant bowman. I got lucky, it wasn't a tier 1 mythical unit. And then from there I actually got an Orion to be part of my faction, which is great because Orion's good for giving visibility to locations. But with this, I should be able to manage with how much food it's gonna cost me to maintain these armies. And then here I'm gonna trade this other region that I still have, and then go to a single barter, and he still has a fair good amount of food that I can get, so I can manage with how much negative my food is. So let's keep increasing it. Boom. And there. And he's got the entirety of this province, so he's pretty happy. Not close enough to be a defensive ally. I'm actually surprised by that. So usually he's pretty much closer to that value. Now my bronze did get lower, which is really bad that it, that happened. But what I can do though is use the bronze that I have right now, just upgrade all these units to have the fastest level 2 armor, which is phenomenal. And then from here on out, let's look at Divine Will. Hephaestus is a pretty good level. Apollo 2. I don't think I need to be doing... Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I need to do any prayers right now. I can maintain the gold that I have. But for now, I think I am ready to move this army over here and then engage this army at this location.
I love a challenge.
Yeah, this is going to be actually pretty interesting. So, let's see. Can you reach? No, you can't actually.
Prince Hector.
What if I do... I don't think I can actually reach this region over the end turn. Yeah, because this gives me how much more? 29%.
My path is clear.
I mean, there's a chance that I will be able to. And acquire both settlements in one turn. Yeah, this actually is going to be pretty hard. We'll see how this goes. I don't think I'll be able to do it.
Onwards to glory.
And then you... I think I already moved you. Yeah, I moved you over here. And then let's move you towards this location over here. He actually has kept Helen over here. Okay. So yeah, I'm in a pretty good situation here. Nothing else I want to build. In terms of missions, definitely want to do a barter agreement to get more gold. Recruit a hero. That's another minor mission to do. And I'm building an altar of Aphrodite up here so I can finish Priam's air mechanic. Oh, I actually got it up. So that's good because I built the altar of Apollo. I got the plus 20 here, which is not, it's not necessarily something you really want to do. You really want to prevent yourself from getting a good bonus to Apollo because you can actually get up to 120 in benevolence if you play this right, maximizing how much you gain from Apollo. But you know, it is what it is. I built it from the 10 benevolence that I could get at the moment, and I could continue the Priam's whims. All right, so it is time now to act against this faction. So I'm gonna start from the southernmost tip over here and then proceed outwards. I think I'm gonna take, so during the end turn I actually got pulled into war with a couple of Achaean factions all the way from the south over here, including Mycenae. So that broke the non-aggression pact that we had. Note though that it's only minus 38 to get peace, so I can potentially get peace with them later on. But yeah, I already got wars with some of the Achaeans. But here I got tier 1 of Priam's air mechanic. So now that I did that, I did actually, it seems that because I deconstructed the altar of Apollo, I removed the favor to Apollo that I was gaining, so I still have this active and I can actually maximize its usage. Additionally, given how many heroes I have a rank 10 or higher, which I think is just 1, I get plus 5 here, or plus 5 for each army with 10 units or more. So if I get heroes of plus 10 rank or higher, I can get strengthened armies. That's one of the new ones that I got. The other one is raising settlements of the Achaeans, and I can gain plus 50 for raising Mycenae. But right now I'm gonna declare war on this faction, so let's do this over here. Declare war. He has no allies. Yep, can't acquire this, just me straight up, but I can do, what can I get over here? There we go. So we can actually acquire this settlement. Very good. So now we have this entire commandery again. Note though that my public order might be super low, which is not good. We'll see how it is. All right, occupy. And then we can move you over here and acquire this same turn. So it is a Cadmean victory, so I might have to fight this battle manually, but I should be able to win it handedly. Let's continue. All right, so time to begin this battle. I'm going to put the Harpies invisible going towards this region to take out any stragglers. Well, my main army is going to push forward in this direction. Although the bad thing is that there's this patch here of tall grass that will definitely slow down my units. That's the really bad part of pushing in that direction. The developers did it on purpose, you know, so you're like, you know, struggling to push across this way or to the left that way by lowering your speed by like 95%. But I have basically an army of elite archers, or crazy good archers. Let's take a look at these giants for a second. Let's look how nasty they look. Yeah, look at these bad boys. Let me see, can I do KN? Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Wait, what the hell's up with this camera? Zoom out, man. Yeah, look at them. Oof. So look at those big, strong boys, man. Ajax would be proud of how sexy you look. Alright, so anyways, that's about it. Let's begin. Okay, very good. So he just got stragglers. Ooh, very nice. Not even facing the correct way. Nice, they're moving. There, move forward. Yeah, it just lowers speed by 95%. Yep. Okay, stop shooting at them. Shoot at the swordsman. Melt them. And then you guys move forward. Holy crap, man. Damn. Yeah, they're gone. They're broken. They should be shattered in a second. There we go. Stop shooting. All right, come on. Oh no, I still kept shooting. There we go. Melt them. Holy crap. Yep. Same thing. Repeat.
Victory is close enough to taste.
My god. Okay, stop. What are you doing? Oh shit, I fell asleep at the wheel. Come on. Oh shit, not good. Oh, not a good idea. Yeah, shoot the spear fighters. There you go. Their stats over here. All right, come back this way and get out of melee. There you go. Jesus. Complete destruction. Should be almost done, right? Yeah. Damn. Freaking nasty. Alright, the good thing is I didn't take that many losses, which is what I wanted. Alright, let's continue. Okay, here we're just gonna occupy this settlement because it's gonna have pretty good resource development with bronze that I do want to get.
Is rewarded.
Very good.
Prince Hector.
I got 93 bronze coming in now. I don't necessarily need all of these guys around. You know, don't do. Let's just ban this guy because it's affecting my food greatly. I'm not sure why the hell this starts with. Why all these unique generals that you get actually start with one guy. This guy's around for 7 more turns. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get him over the water, over here towards where Achilles is. So then I can get invisibility across the pond, which is excellent. And then I got 2 skill points. I like to use it on favor of Heclaspus, and I think 180 seconds. Battles don't really last that long. It's always confusing me which one's better because battles don't really last that long, but the amount of points that you get, I think a one-time use with more maximized potential by getting more HP healing is more valuable because this army is an army that takes out the enemy armies pretty damn fast. And then here, there's a chance that this army is going to proceed to the north, which is not going to be good. So I think what I'm going to have to do here is recruit a general up here to siege the settlement if the enemy moves up here. All right, so I got that done. Get you here. Let's get Dread of Ares. I need to recruit any units. And then over here, what was the next mission that I have? Altar of Aphrodite again. Man, this guy. Yep, let's get that for him because, you know, he wants so many things. And I can start building this up again. And I want to get organized games maxed out. And then Aphrodite, I can get a prayer in 1 turn. And a hecatomb, not yet. So I was going to have to wait. So yeah, oof. Happiness is taking a big hit here. Yeah, not good. But we should be able to survive. And push on this settlement the next turn. We don't need this. And of course, we have high Pelasgian influence here, so we can acquire that. Let's continue. All right, so this small faction has decided to declare a defensive alliance. So this is +3 settlements to the allied factor in the Assuwan League. We're gonna take it. Okay, so there's a pop-up that appears around turn 20, and it's actually really good for building up commanderies really fast with either getting request granted. I don't really go for request relics because we start with high influence in these regions. Request iron is also phenomenal, but our armies are already pretty strong per se. So I would say that request granted in the early game is going to be really valuable. Although I can take advantage. Oof, this actually is a very hard decision to make. You know what? I'm going to play it crazy. I'm going to actually get the request iron to recruit guards of Troy. There we go. Oh, here, can we get to this guy? No.
Always with honor.
Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna move you this way. Let me see, can I get any extra ambush chance around here? 45, 45.
Prince Hector.
Let's do this. And then put you over here.
By the numbers.
Okay, very good. I'm gonna get more Apoika, which I need. And this is what we're gonna do. With this general, Let me see. 101, 202. I can afford how many of them right now? 3. Am I not getting the melee defense bonus? Yeah, I think this actually activates the next turn. It's kind of weird. I mean, I think it does.
Bring the pain.
And let's remove this guy because I'm taking too much of a big hit on my
Guards on your behalf.
on my public order. I mean on my favors. And then there's gonna be a rebellion here, which is not good. Because I don't have a favor. Fortunately. But we should be able to manage with the garrison that I have. And I should stabilize the happiness as well. And then let's get more influence here to make it positive. And I need to get this maxed out. Okay, very good. Let's continue. Alright, so the ambush was not successful, but the army still engaged. So we should be able to take them out with ease. And then proceed to grab the last. I think he has 3 settlements left. There's one that's not visible to me on the far east. I want to take that one as well. But here, really good situation. Let's get some more food because I'm potentially going negative on it in due time. I'm in a very good situation here. And I can finish grabbing off the entirety of the Commandery to the north. And I have a ton of gold and bronze. I'm gonna grab the gold at the Temple of Aphrodite, Hephaestus. Oh, damn, I got all that shit done. Holy crap, all these pop-ups, man. All right, let me see what I'm gonna do here. So there's this rebellion over here that's affecting me negatively. I do want to build this up. Let me see here. Can I recruit the guards of Troy? Yes, now they have the bonus applied. So I can't manage how much food loss I'm taking at this moment. Yeah, Poika's taking forever to be constructed. But I'm gonna take advantage of this, get this constructed. In terms of growth, I'm doing really good. And happiness is now stabilized over here.
The Great Protector.
So I have 3 more turns to finish.
Righteous and
Okay,
true.
so we're gonna go this way. Damn it, I should have kept that general over here.
Heading
Okay.
out.
And you, come this way.
The gods or suffer.
I leveled up. That's okay. Let's move him this way.
Check the perimeter.
And then, yep, got more of the bronze. Excellent, excellent. Roll decrease. I got the happiness from the People's Feast. I'm gonna keep going down this route to get the +2 favor. And then here, let me see. I still got a couple. I got 3 more turns to recruit the units here. So I'm gonna do that in a little bit. And then I'll keep that there. And I'll keep Aphrodite because now I'll go here. And I'll do a prayer to Aphrodite to keep getting more growth and happiness across locations. And then I'll grab this the next turn.
Warrior.
Yeah, I don't want to do that because let me see. Assuwan League, how much is it? Have it, almost have it. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna finish the guide soon. I mean, I'm in a really good state here, and no enemies coming from that direction. We're gonna grab. Where the hell did Orion go? Orion? Oh, here he is. Come this way. How many turns I have left with him? 5. Can he get all the way down to Mycenae? Let me see. 4, 3, 2, 1. No, I don't think he'll be able to touch. Yeah, too late. We'll just do it on Achilles then. Okay, very good. And in here, we're just gonna siege this settlement while Hector grabs this one up here. And then you just do this. Oh my goodness, you're freaking struggling, lady. Damn. Yeah, sure. Okay. And then here, continue. Okay, I'm gonna put this guy to siege this location. My defensive allies are moving to eliminate this faction from here, so I don't worry too much about them. Here, though, I want to get more, what do you call it, gold. But I do want to build the really expensive goldsmith to get as much gold as possible early on. So that's gonna have to wait a little bit. I'll keep the altar of Aphrodite here. And then this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna move this guy to grab this. Hector, not this guy. Freaking Hector, man. We got this taken care of. Occupy. And now we completed the second epic mission, giving me the Eastern Shield, which is phenomenal bonus. The happiness is really gonna help me here. And then, ooh, I got a really good item. And now we have the entire commandery, so we can put organized games to further stabilize it. We're gonna put here the building quarters to get construction time -1 in this region. We're gonna further solidify our constructions. Now, I do want to keep Aphrodite at a pretty good level. And I have 2 more turns to recruit the elite units. So what I'm gonna do here is this guy's gonna siege, acquire the settlement, then I'll disband him, and then I'll move. Let me move this lady over here to see what's going on in this region. Only one. Oh, dude, this guy's toast. And then what I can do here is break this non-aggression pact. And then I can declare war on him in 10 turns. And in that time, I should finish off all of these locations. I'm going to raise this location here because I want to keep pushing towards this region. I just want to stabilize everything else around me at this time. And then from there, I can finish off this episode having completed the first 2 epic missions, having a pretty good amount of Priam's air value, beating Paris, and I still have a lot of ways that I can still gain it, or I can show you how to gain. And I'm gonna recruit, given that I have this good bronze settlement here, I'm gonna actually get the Guards of Troy, which is a phenomenal unit, in the next turn, and just boom, have a phenomenal situation to be in and continue in. So Dardania has taken out the rebellion that was here, and now I've taken these 2 armies to siege this settlement, and for some reason the outer resolve is not really favorable towards me, and I don't want to lose any of these units. So I think I'm just gonna finish off this episode with taking this settlement here, and then proceeding to take this one, or raising this one down at this location. And from there, I think that is it. And I'll start recruiting the Guards of Troy. Actually, let me do it right now. So let's go over here. We're gonna recruit one of these defender veterans, another one. Do I have a one that I already recruited? No, they're still disbanded. Let's go here. And then watch this. A trick that you can do, given that Troy gets so happy with you. This is like a one-time thing you can do when you're playing Troy, is get like a one-off deal of resources from a faction. And you can do this in the early game, late game, but you can gain a good batch of resources from a faction, like a bunch of gold, like right now. So, dude, come on, man. Need that damn gold. Oh my god. $50. $30. Yeah, but the reason is, the thing is, if I give him anything, it's gonna decrease it. Oh my god. Really? Fine, you stingy dude. There. We got a bunch of gold from him. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take advantage of that. Come over here. And then I'm gonna go batshit.
I can do that.
Okay, so 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dude, that's 240, man. Well, I guess my growth is gonna get tanked, but I'm gonna get freaking insane amounts of Guards of Troy, man. Elite ones with the bonus of the Celestial Iron. Oh my goodness gracious. This is just nasty. And I got 3 extra points. And I want to get them on... I can reduce the upkeep cost of my elite units, which is going to help me in the early game. But getting more range on my archers is more important. And then here we can improve the bonuses for Hector, make him even deadlier against those armies. I'll wait to level up again so I can get I think more armor for my units. And then here, this guy leveled up too. I want to use any points anywhere. Let me see. Boom. Oh damn. Yeah, let's get the superior weapons. And then here we can just engage. Feel a close victory. Do I want to take these chances? You know what? Let's not do the battle. Let's just auto-resolve. Alright, so I lost the units that I'm going to replace with Guards of Troy. Oh my god, this is going to be so nasty. Okay, very good. I got an Altar of Apollo here. Don't care about that. I got Influence already pretty high. But I want to get 3 of those. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Oh my goodness. Excelente. And actually keep, what do you call it? Keep the Swordsman. Should you be able to get over here in 1 turn, maybe?
To our fate.
Did I level up? No, I didn't. Just recruit the swordsman so I can beat him up.
Ready and willing.
And then here, definitely a happiness hit, but I'm still doing good. And I'm gonna get all of these fruit. Oh my god. Damn, boy. I gonna get so much. Damn, bro. Profit. Oh, jeez. And then I got Aphrodite over here, which is just doing nothing. Okay, whatever. Actually, no, still helping me. And then Agent not moved. Where are you? Come over here. Give me some gold. Oh my god, lady. Lady. Alright, still beating this fool. And then, yeah. Kicking booties. Taking names. That's my life right now. So, in the next 10 turns or 8 turns, you can declare war on this faction over here. Completely take it, and you're gonna have 3 entire commanderies in a very good economic situation to proceed outwards and just finish off have 3 entire commanderies, and that's gonna be essential. Lycia got war declared on by some people all the way in the far south. That's fine, nothing to worry about. Here asking me for food, don't care. I'm gonna keep the food because I'm gonna need it. Okay. And what the hell? Okay, dude, really? And I hate when this happens. Yeah, so I got hit by +1 construction time. And then can I reach all the way over here? Yes, I can. Lady, if you don't...
Terrible truth.
I'm gonna lose my shit with this lady. Come over here. And you, come over here. That is it. Let's finish them off. Don't care about holding this settlement because it's a single settlement, so the public quarter issues are gonna be rampant here. So I can just... Oh, there's not that much value here. I think what I'll do is I'll occupy it and then put the growth reduction building here. So remove this one, and then you can take this and build the stonemason's lodge to just get more stone, and then trade it to this faction down here whenever you want to. There's a settlement race down here which you can grab, but this faction, let me see how many turns are left. Oh my goodness, shit, actually forget about that. Let me remove this guy. My turn 11 now. Yep. So here there are 2 skills which are good. The battle speed for entire army is phenomenal, and extra armor for spear units, helping boost up the guards of Troy when they're in this army. So yeah, this is already turned 24. It's a pretty good enough situation to leave this campaign in. So definitely 4 total commanderies are being acquired. I don't no longer need this here. And then in terms of what temples to focus on, Apollo big time. So it's time to remove this one of Aphrodite and then get Apollo in 2 locations to max out the divine will for Apollo as much as possible, so then that can actually proceed to net more Priam's heir to get to level 2 as soon as possible. That's gonna help us, you know, a ton. And then from there, I think actually is a pretty good situation to be. You get the entirety of these 3 commanderies that we start out with. Let me do ownership with these 2 settlements over here. So you have 3 entire commanderies to be in, and from here you have a lot of potential enemies that are Achaeans that you can proceed to go to war against. For example, there's Asia down here, which is a common enemy between you and Achilles. So it's good to take them out. And from here, if you look at this icon, it's a Achaean culture icon. So all these people down here, if you proceed downwards in this direction, you're gonna maximize the Priam's heir mechanic for defeat the Achaeans a ton. And that's another way to get Priam's heir super fast. Additionally, you're gonna get some epic missions to boost up your benevolence by being a defensive ally or military ally with Paris. So I mean, this is a really good situation to be in. I think it's a pretty good state to leave the campaign. And then I say that once you get Apollo in these 2 regions here, get Athena in a 3rd region. For example, this one here, I won't need Hephaestus anymore, so I can switch it up with Athena. And then what you can do here is recruit the 5 defender veterans at rank 5, get them with the +5 recruit agent rank, and then get a level 3 or higher Temple of Apollo to max out your total recruitment level for agents, and then reduce the recruitment cost for agents, and you can get all 9 agents at rank 27 by like turn 35, maybe 40. And from there, you can do whatever the hell you want to. I mean, you're basically in a great situation. I think that is it here. I'm not going to do anything else. I really want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.